Hello students, welcome to the very first lecture of English of your 10th standard curriculum. These are very unfortunate and difficult times that we're going through. We know that you would be worried about your studies. Let me assure you that there is nothing for you to be worried about. We are there for you and this is just an obstacle in our path. We will sail through this crisis emerging victorious. So on that note, let's start with our first chapter. This chapter is taken from First Flight textbook. The title is A Letter to God and it is written by G.I. Fuentes. So let's see what the story has to teach us. Okay. So there is an old saying that faith can move mountains. What we believe in can make a huge difference in our life. So the question that comes to our mind is, what should we really believe in? What should we put our faith into? This story depicts an unwavering faith of a farmer in God. Okay, so who's this farmer? Let's see what the story is about. There was a farmer named Lencho and he lived with his wife and kids in a lonely house in a valley. The house was basically isolated and all you could see was a river and all the farm that were there. So this farmer had cultivated corn in his field and the field was looking absolutely good. He was very confident that this year they are going to have a very good harvest and they are going to earn huge profits. All it needed was a very good rainfall, and to Lencho's delight it started raining heavily. So at that point in time he was very confident. He assured his wife that this year God is going to bless us. We are going to have a very good harvest and we are going to gain huge profits. But then, to his dismay, the rainfall suddenly started converting into hailstorm. All his crops, all the adjoining regions were destroyed. The family was devastated. They were like, few hours back we were dreaming of huge profits. Now we are wondering how would we spend our next day, how are we going to survive for this year, because our entire hard work is now gone into vain. Our field is destroyed, our crop is destroyed, there is nothing left for us to harvest, and there is not, so what would we eat? There is nothing for us to sell. So, and there was also no seeds left for them to recultivate the crop. So they were all devastated, they were worried about their future, and they were clueless about their future. So as we know, Lencho was a firm believer in God. He felt that, God can help us get out of this situation. So he assured his family, he was like, see, we still have God with us, right? So if God has planned this hailstorm in our life, he might have planned something else, something better for us too. So don't worry, God is there and nobody has ever died of hunger. That is what they say. So the next day, it was a Sunday, Lencho, wrote a letter to God. He started writing, God, this hailstorm has destroyed our entire crop and my livelihood. So can you please help us out from this situation? I need at least 100 pesos. Pesos are nothing but Mexican currency. So I need at least 100 pesos to get my family through this year and also to buy seeds so that I can cultivate more crops. So, could you please help us out with this? Could you please send me 100 pesos? So now this letter would seem very amusing to us because, you cannot literally write a letter to God and then, you expect God will actually give you 100 pesos, just deliver it on your footstep. But Lencho was such a knave farmer. This was his belief in God, right? He felt that, God will help me out of this. If I ask God 100 pesos, he's definitely going to give me 100 pesos. So the next day he goes to the post office. He just, he puts that letter into the post box. So the postmaster there, he was very amused after seeing the recipient's address. He was like, this is addressed to God. So he took that to his boss. So the boss and him, they were both delighted and amused at the same time. They were like, who writes a letter to God? The postmaster started reading the letter and he was like, this is really, really nice that this person has such a good faith. He has something that he believes so strongly that despite all this that has happened to him, he will sail through. So he was like, let us not shatter his belief. Let us not destroy what he believes in. Rather, let us reply to this letter. Let us be, I'm not saying let us be God, but let us just sustain his faith. So, but they also knew that he is not expecting a goodwill out of the letter. So, just by replying to the letter will not make any difference to him. He'll just be disappointed. So, that rather, let us try collecting amount. So, bit by bit, the postmaster gave some part of his salary. Then he, contacted his friends. So, out of charity, people also started contributing. Everybody gave some amount, and they could only collect 70 pesos, but they were happy that they could at least collect this much of amount, and Lencho might understand. So next day, Lencho came into the post office asking if he has received any letter. So this fellow, this postmaster gives a letter from God to Lencho. So he was also excited to see how would Lencho react. So the initial expectation from the postmaster was, he would be actually surprised to find money. But ironically, Lencho wasn't surprised to see money in that letter. He was actually confident that, God would definitely reply to his letter and he would give money. So Lencho started counting the money, and that is when he became disappointed. He was like, no, this cannot be, this cannot happen. So now this disappointment was not because he received money. This disappointment was because he received less money. He was confident that God would come through, God would send him money. And he is like, how can God give only 70 pesos? I asked for 100 pesos and God can make no mistake. So you see, there is something fishy going on here. So he writes another letter to God, and this time he writes, God, and he puts in the post box. Okay, so the postmaster is now excited to see what is there in the letter. He opens the letter and he actually thinks it might be some thank you note to God, and he would be his faith would have been reaffirmed. But rather, it was a very unexpected reply from Lencho. So he had written, God, I know you don't make any mistakes, and thank you for giving me the money. It is 70 pesos. I've received 70 pesos. I am very sure you might have sent me 100 pesos. So can you please send me the rest 30 pesos, because I need it for my family and me to be surviving this crisis. So could you please send me 30 more pesos, and this time please do not send it via the post office. Please send it to me through some other means, because these post office people, I feel, are a bunch of crooks, because I feel they are the ones who took the 30 pesos. So the irony of the situation here is, a few people tried to actually sustain the faith of a man by actually replying to the letter and giving their hard-earned money. But what they got in return was a letter of disappointment, and they also got accused of being crooks. Right? So this is why in the beginning of the chapter I explained that we should always decide what should we really put our faith into. Here, Lencho is a naive man. He is a very childlike, innocent person, wherein he did not know, right, if it was people helping him out. He felt that God is helping him out and people are corrupt, and that is why he did not receive the entire money. That is the irony of the situation here. That is explained in this chapter very beautifully and very amusingly.